What would happen if they made Coke legal, like a long time ago? Like how much would culture change if Coke was like beer? If you could just, I mean, you could drink yourself to death. We all know someone who's drank themselves to death.
I think our obesity problem would probably be.
It should be kicked. Be just John.
I'd probably be the weight I wanted to be. You know, I might be closer to the weight I really truly want to be.
I have a theory, and my theory is that much like how you take sugar out of things and then you just have like processed sugar and you eat it, it's terrible for your body because it doesn't have all the natural fibers. It's very dangerous. Like you get fat. It's not dangerous. I'm not saying it's like nuclear power. But my theory is that I bet those coca leaves are exactly the same way. I bet if you just chew those coca leaves like those people do up in the mountains, I think it's great for you. I think it's just like eating fruit is really good for you right now. Like if you have a bowl of fresh blueberries, that's not just because it has some sugar in it. That's really good for you. Rich in antioxidants, rich in vitamins. Strawberries, delicious, good for you. Not bad for you, good for you. But like spoons of sugar, inarguably not good for you, right? I mean, not the worst thing. You'll figure it out.
What you're talking about right there is something processed versus something that's natural.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
You know, I would actually, with all my heart issues, I got a heart valve. If you sat 2 plates out and a plate of Coke and you said you had to do one of these and here's some coca leaves, I'd be like, oh fuck, I'll chew those coca leaves all day.
I want to experience that, man. You know, I want to know what that's like because
things I've read about are like cats that work in those, because that's mountainous area. Yeah. They like chew on them all day and work and do shit. It's like coffee to them in a weird way. You know, maybe a little, you know.
I don't think it's stronger than coffee, man. I don't think it is. I think from everybody that describes it, they describe it as like just a mild stimulant, and it makes you feel good. And it also has like, what do they call flavonoids?
Because you're also chewing on it. It's getting your saliva. It's dissolving. You're processing it through a digestive system instead of just banging it straight to your brain in a powder form. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think it's I mean, obviously, I'm speaking way out of line here. I don't know anything
how many
about
coca leaves
science
does it take to make a line? That's another thing you don't know. Like that line might be 400 coca leaves.
Right. Like how many strawberries does it take to make like a tablespoon of sugar?
Exactly. That's a good analogy.
Interesting.
This whiskey's really nice. I'm feeling good.
God damn, this California marijuana is also very effective.
Yeah, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. But there's another thing right there.
We sparked up again.
There's the whole thing right there of this whole new, hey, I've smoked my fair share of some dabs and whatnot here. But like now we're talking about, if we're going to keep it 100% honest, we've always kind of sat around, smoked joints, and be like, yeah, we don't really do drugs.
You know what dabs are,
If you do dabs, you do drugs. That's a drug. That's weed being processed into an actual more potent, more compact form to smoke. It's drugs. It's the meth of weed.
Dabs are like face tattoos. They're like, you went too far, fucker. Just slow down, settle down. Okay, don't turn your nose into a poodle nose.
I've had my fair share of dabs, and I would partake under the right circumstances. Boom, bap. I'll have a little dab. But what I'm saying is, like,
it's too much. I'm not interested.
Good for you.
I'm over here. I'm okay.
You're fine. Smoking pens, though. You're smoking pens, though. That's dabs.
I actually don't smoke too many different ones, but I have some that are organic that I really like.
It's still a dab.
No, it's oil.
It's oil. It's the same fucking difference, man.
You guys are smoking wax. And you got to smoke with people who are interested in soldering irons and fucking vacuums.
Not really. I'm more into. I'm personally a little bit more into what they call the solventless, like ice hash and shit like that. A little bit different. I mean, BHO scares me a little bit sometimes. I won't lie.
There's a thing, and there's a trigger that hits me when someone says you want to do dabs. Like, oh no, because you're one of those people that does dabs. Like I'm not. I'm not doing that. No. You're the dude who calls in sick to the country club because you're too fucking high to drive. All right? No. We're not doing dabs together, man. Get your shit together. You don't have to get that high.
Don't come by the studio then, Joe, because you're doing a dab now. If you come by my studio,
it's like,
I'm gonna make you do at least one dab.
Do you want to drink glasses of wine? Or do you want to drink glasses of whiskey? Well, you can drink glasses of wine and enjoy it. If you drink glasses of whiskey, you'll be fucking dead. Okay? That's like dabs. You went too far into the dark land, son. You meant the Shire.
You're wrong. You know how much weed you smoke?
The orcs.
You're wrong about that. Some people, you're right about it. You're right about it. Like the average Joe cat, like that doesn't know much.
What if you met the orcs?
Is right. You know how much weed you smoke? I don't get that fucked up from a dab because you know I've smoked a lot of weed for 20 fucking years.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? But what it will do if you smoke, what I don't want to do about that shit, from what I understand, is why I don't do a ton of it, is because you'll stop getting high from actual weed if you do too much of that shit.
Maybe that'd be good. Maybe that's what the best way to be is get high so often that you can be high and not even feel like you're high. Like maybe that's the best place to be.
No, if you could just weed to get high though, I want to know that I'm high. It's my.
No.
It's like letting go. I don't want to like get well. Now you're talking about being a junkie.
This
like,
is what I'm talking about, man.
Smoking some weed
Relax,
to not
bro.
know you're high, but be high. That's called getting well.
It's
you're
just
sick.
a plant, man. It's just a plant, man. Back off, man.
Hey, dude, if I don't get a buzz when I smoke,
Texas, man.
There's no point to me smoking if I'm not getting a buzz to
That's
my
what I'm
smoke.
saying, man. What I'm saying is achieve a perpetual vibration of, let's call it elevation. Let's not call it being high. To achieve a perpetual state where it's so common and normal that you don't even feel like you're high.
How do we live? Isn't that how we live?
Pretty close.
Pretty fucking close, Joe.
I take days off, though. Do you take days off?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, more than I, like, since in the last 7 years, way more than I used to because of my kids.
I want to give
but before my kids, I was perpetually high. Like, I was high from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, and I don't even look at that as a bad thing or like I like smoked weed. Yeah, I was perpetually high.
I know a lot of people that are very productive and very smart who also do that.
Now,
and they enjoy it more.
The wife and I, at the end of a long day, will go out in the backyard, and because we don't smoke anywhere near the kids because of cystic fibrosis and all that, but like we will like that, and you know what? Fuck anybody that doesn't like it. I know parents that are alcoholics and shit, you know what I mean?
It's legal now.
We
it's
decompress from a day of doing fucking nebulizer treatments and fucking IV and shit. Yo, it works for us and it's cool. But if I wasn't getting, if I was smoking only to get even, I wouldn't even do it anymore. Like if I didn't get a buzz, you know what I mean? It's a happy thing.
I'm not saying get even. I'm saying stay elevated.
But know you're elevated the entire time.
Well, you know, just like you know you're breathing oxygen, but do you pay attention to it on a regular basis?
Well, then
or just accept the fact that it's happening.
I like the knowing. I like the conscious, actual, like, oh, I'm in a relieved state of pain right now.
Listen, you're right. I'm essentially arguing for something.
Hey, and I'm not looking for cookies, man. I'm not looking for cookies or anything, but maybe it's because I live in a slightly elevated level of stress than the average person. I want to know the difference. I want to feel that cushion. It's like the pillow on the bed for me.
Right.
I want to feel the pillow. Right. I don't want to just accept it's there. I don't want to go Buddhist like that and wash the dishes just to wash the dishes. Right. I want to get high to get the fuck out of here for fucking 5 minutes.
You know what I find that's one of the most beneficial things about being high is that I'm only thinking about a few things, but I'm thinking about them very intensely.
Simply and very intently, yes.
Instead of thinking about a whole host of things peripherally, where it's almost like there's too much data coming in from all these other things that I don't really care about or need. Look, you care about all sorts of things in your life that you're not going to deal with right now. And to harbor even a chunk of that in your consciousness, it robs the rest of your resources for thinking about other things. And that's one of the most apparent things about pot to me. Because like here's a perfect example. When I smoke pot and then I play pool, I am 20% better. Like a legitimate 20% better. And I really think that it's because I'm not thinking about, oh, I got to do this, and then I got to call that guy, and then this guy, I got to respond to this dude's text, I got to respond to that person's email. When I get high, I just see balls. I see balls and green cloth and
Let me take that one step further is you're also not even thinking about, I got to beat this fucking guy. You're thinking about, I want to make the shot.
I'm a douchebag.
No, but you want to make the shot. It's more about the shot, though. Like, I want to make the shot. I want to fucking win this game because I want to make the shot. I want to do. I see the angle. Oh.
There's a zen to it for sure. There's a thing that happens with pool that happens the same way in archery, and then in archery, like when you hit a target, it's so foolish. Like, of course, it's just a hay bale with a target on it, with a little paper target that has a yellow center, and you hit the yellow center. Whoop-de-doo, nothing changed in the world. I understand that, like, rationally, as a
My dick would probably get hard if I did that, though. I'd be like, ah!
You could do it. But the thing about doing that is that I don't know why, but when you do something correctly, when it all flows in harmony, Just like with pool, it's the same thing. When you have a long shot and it goes in, if you've ever been at a bar when you watch people play pool and some dude makes, or some woman makes the craziest shot ever for the win, and everybody goes crazy, oh shit, because we know how hard it is to do, and there's something poetic and beautiful about watching it happen.
It's that you just described why golf makes any sense at all. I live on a golf course, basically. I like to hit the balls, and fucking I suck. But what keeps you coming back is you'll play that 18-hole day, and one time
You feel it.
you'll hit the shot that you meant to hit, the way you meant to hit it, and it went where you meant to go, and you're like, I can do that again. I know I can.
That's why I don't
and
play
you're
golf.
chasing. It's like crack. You're chasing that first fucking high forever.
I'm not disrespecting anybody who plays golf because I know I would get addicted, but I don't play golf because I know I'd get addicted.
Because you would. No,
Yeah.
your whole person, it would. Because you'd hit that one shot the first day, and you'd be like, oh, shit.
It's the same reason I don't do coke. It's the same reason I've never done coke. The exact same reason. My friend in high school, Jimmy Lawless, good buddy of mine to this day. When we were back in high school, we went to a party, and people were doing coke, and he goes, Joe, don't do it. You'd fucking love it.
It's like Dewey Cox. The movie was like, you don't want this.
And I was like, okay, Jim, I trust you, buddy. I go, I'm fucking done here. I'm done with this. And I've said this before, but this is a real thing that happened. It was on a 2-lane road, and we were driving beside this car that had the dome light on. And I looked over, and there was this chick, and I never forget her arms. She had these big arms. Like, she had like almost like she had a sleeveless shirt with like thick arms. Like, it was the kind of girl that would punch you in the face, okay? And she was doing coke in the back seat. And she looked over at me with the dome light on, and she just goes, fuck you. She just says it to me like, I'm just looking at her. I'm just looking at her. You're doing coke. You're on a 2-lane road. There's only 2 cars on the road. I'm watching you do coke. I'm 7 feet away from you doing coke. And you're saying fuck you? Like, whoa, fuck coke. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.